your father here this evening?
Oh, I say.
You are not called on to say anything, Charles. Are you serious, Mother? Of course I am serious, Sarah. It is on your account and also on Charles's. I hope you are not going to object, Barbara.
I? Why should I? My father has a soul to be saved like anybody else. He's perfectly welcome as far as I'm concerned.
You are my eldest. I'm very glad to meet you again.
Oh, no. Look here. Oh, I say.
Andrew, do you mean to say that you don't know how many children you have?
Well, I'm afraid they've grown so much since. Am I making any ridiculous mistake? I may as well confess, I recollect only one son, but so many things have happened since.
Oh, Andrew, you are speaking nonsense. Of course you have only one son.
Perhaps you will be good enough to introduce me, my dear.
That is Charles Lomax, who is engaged to Sarah.
My dear sir, I beg your pardon.
Delighted, really. It's no trouble.
This is Stephen.
Happen to make your acquaintance, Mr. Stephen. Then you must be my son. How are you, my young friend? He's very much like you, my love.
Mr. Undershaft, you flatter me. My name is Cousins, engaged to Barbara. That is Major Barbara Undershaft of the Salvation Army. That is Sarah, your second daughter. This is Stephen Undershaft, your son.
My dear Stephen, I beg your pardon. Not at all. Mr. Cousins, I am very much indebted to you for explaining so precisely. Barbara.
Sarah.
Sarah. Of course. Barbara. Am I right this time, I hope?
Quite right.
No.
Sit down.
I carry on my own. I'm going to be Bronte O'Brien Price, the converted painter. I know what they like. I'll tell them how I blasphemed and gambled and what me poor old mother.
You should have beat your mother!
Not likely. She used to beat me. No matter. You come and listen to the converted painter, and you'll hear how she was a pious woman and taught me prayers at me. And I used to come home drunk and drag out of bed being snow-white hairs and laying in her with the poker.
That's what's so unfair to us women. Your confessions is just as big lies as ours, but you men can tell your lies right out.
Right.
How could you strike an old woman like that?
You don't forgive me again. And oh, God forget you wanted to show them. Stop me praying for a week. Have you anything to say again today?
No, mate, she got to do it with me.
Good job for you. I put 2 meals into you and fight you with one finger off in the starved. You're going to go fetch up more haven't you? Or I might knock your face off you and fetch it yourself.
Oh, please, someone go in and tell me to Barbara.
You want to go in and tell your mate on me, do you?
Oh, please don't drag my hand. Let me go.
Do you or don't you? Yes or no?
God, give me strength.
Now go and show her that! And tell her if she wants one like it to come in and interfere with me! And you finish your mess and get out of my way.
Smash you on the face with the bucket! Cut your eye out!
What good are you now, palsy man? What good are you?
As good as you and better. I'll do a day's work against you or any fat young sucker of your age. What do you know? As much as I'd behave yourself, laying your dirty fist across the mouth of a respectable woman!
Then why do you keep thinking about it? Why does it keep coming up against you in your mind? You're not getting converted, are you?
Not me. Not likely, not half.
That's right, Bill. Hold out against it. Todger Fairmile said he spent 3 days holding out against his salvation, harder than he ever held out against the Jap in the music hall. He gave in to the Jap when his arm was going to break. He didn't give in to his salvation until his heart was going to break. Perhaps you'll escape that. You haven't any heart, have you, Bill?
What do you mean? Why, ain't I got a heart same as anybody else?
A man with a heart wouldn't bash women's faces like that, would he?
Oh, will you leave me alone? Have I ever offered to meddle with you that you come nagging and provoking me like this?
It's your soul that's getting at you, Bill, not me. We've all been through it ourselves. Come with us, Bill, to brave manhood on earth and eternal glory in heaven.
I fancy you here,
genuinely interested in the views of the Salvation Army, the fact is, I'm a sort of collector of religions. And the curious thing is, I find I can believe them all. By the way, have you any religion?
Yes.
Anything out of the common?
Only that there are two things necessary to salvation: money and gunpowder.
That is the general view of our governing classes. The novelty is in hearing any man confess it.
Just so.
Excuse me, is there any room in your religion for honor, justice, truth, love, mercy, and so forth?
Yes, they are the graces and luxuries of a rich, strong, and safe life.
Suppose one is forced to choose between them and money or gunpowder.
Choose money and gunpowder, for without enough of both, you cannot afford the others.
That is your religion?
Yes.
Barbara won't stand that. You will have to choose between your religion and Barbara.
So will you, my young friend. She will find out that that drum of yours is hollow.
Father Undershot, you are mistaken. I am a sincere Salvationist. You do not understand the Salvation Army. It is the army of joy, of love, of courage. It picks the waster out of the public house and makes a man of him. It takes the poor professor of Greek and lets loose the rhapsodist in him.
There's a certain amount of tosh about this notion of wickedness. Does it work? You must look at facts. And the fact of the matter is there's all sorts of chaps doing all sorts of things. And we need to fit them in somehow. We can't just go around cutting everybody. And that's just about what it comes down to.
Perhaps I don't make myself clear.
You are lucidity itself, Charles. Because Andrew is very wealthy and has plenty of money to give you and Sarah, you will flatter him and encourage him in his wickedness.
Well, where the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered, eh?
Precisely. By the way, may I call you Charles?
Delighted. Charlie's the usual tidbit.
Biddy.
Don't dare call me Biddy! Charles Lomax, you are a fool. Adolphus Cousins, you are a Jesuit. Barbara, you are a lunatic. Stephen, you are a prick. Andrew, you are a vulgar tradesman. There, now you all know how I really feel, and my conscience is clear. At all events.
My dear, you are the incarnation of morality. Your conscience is clear, your duty is done when you have called everybody names. Come here, Euripides, it is getting late.
Do you know what would have happened if you had refused Papa's offer?
I wonder.
I should have left you and married the man who accepted it. After all, my mother has more sense than any of you. I felt like her when I saw this place. Felt that I must have it. But never could I let it go. But she thought it was all the houses and the kitchen ranges and the linen and the china, when I knew it was really all the human souls to be saved. Not weak souls and starved bodies, crying with gratitude for a scrap of bread and treacle, but full-fed, quarrelsome, snobbish, uppish creatures, all standing on their little rights and dignities. That is where salvation is really wanted. Never again shall my father throw in my teeth that my comforts were bribed with bread.
Then the way of life lies through the factory of death.
Yes, through the raising of hell to heaven and of man to God, from the unveiling of a light in the valley of the shadow. Did you think my courage would never come back? Did you think I was a deserter? Never. Never, never, never. Major Barbara will die with the colors. And I have my dear little Dolly boy still. And he has given me my place